If you thought the snack wrap was good before, wait until you get your hands on the all-new Hot Honey Snack Wrap. All the sweetness and heat you can handle, just one bite will have you falling in love all over again. Juicy, sweet, and now with a little kick to bring it all together. If they ask who we do it for, it's for you. So look no further. Hot Honey Sauce is here.
Can you dig it?
At Blinds.com, it's not just about window treatments. It's about you, your style, your space, your way. Whether you DIY or want the pros to handle it all, you'll have the confidence of knowing it's done right. From free expert design help to our 100% satisfaction guarantee, everything we do is made to fit your life and your windows. Because at Blinds.com, the only thing we treat better than windows is you. Visit Blinds.com now for up to 50% off with minimum purchase plus a professional measure at no cost. Rules and restrictions apply.
Sucker!
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore, as they discuss everything from inside the ring to the backstage and beyond. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, two-time Hall of Fame. I got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as well, man. I want to thank you guys. The people stepping inside the Hall of Fame. I'm talking about right here, inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. Bradley, how you feel, man? How you feel? Because I feel good.
I know.
A hell of a week. You know what I mean? I'm at the Toyota Center. You know what I mean? I'm prime time all over the country. You know what I mean? So now I'm feeling good today.
Yeah, I know. I know you were personally invited by your boy Sean Strickland, right? Like y'all are boys, right? That's how you got those tickets. That's how you got that.
I saw a post that said everyone knows Booker T is a Republican.
You know what I thought? You know what would have been a better tweet? Everyone knows Booker T is a big Strickland fan. There's a couple of them out there that you really like. Whether that's Sean, whether that's Swerve. Yeah, you're a big-time GOPer.
You're right about that. Oh, man. But no, man, I had a great time this weekend, man. I want to thank my boy Chuck, Charles Rice, for hooking me up with the I'm talking about the VIP treatment. I'm talking about the royal treatment. I'm talking about rolling out the red carpet. I'm talking about good food, good drink, good time. You can't beat that. In this life, I recommend this, guys. Go out and have some fun at least once in your life. I'm serious. It feels good. The dopamines. Because when you're in that environment, it feels, like, man, everything's like this, like awesome, just great, like you're on a cloud. And then you get back home and you got to face the kids. Back to reality.
Right back to it. You think you're somebody, and then
you realize you ain't nobody. You ain't nobody but dad. So it definitely is a wake-up call. But no, man, had a great time. I want to thank everybody who had a part, like I said, hooking me up with great accommodations, great seats, cage side, two rows from the cage. Literally, like when we went to go see Dada 5000 and Kimbo Slice back in the day. It was so awesome. The field, when you're in that fight surrounding, you could cut it with a knife, man. You could feel it. And what was really cool about this was when we were on the way into the arena to our seats, we had to take like a detour and whatnot. And we went right by the fighters' locker room, and they're in there stretching, and whatnot. We're like, whoa, Yeehaw backstage. Yeehaw backstage. But no, man, it was cool, man. And Fluffy Hernandez. You know, is that what should we start there?
Sure. I mean, we're on the topic.
I think we should start UFC Houston Fight Night. First of all, it was a sold out house. It was a sold out house inside Toyota, man. It made me feel, like back in the day, like it was, WWE times. But it felt so good to be in there as far as just the atmosphere. I'm sitting right next to Bun B and Trader Truth. He's on, flanking me on the right side. You know what I mean? Johnny Dane. You know what I mean? Got my 6. You know what I mean? Right behind me. So it was crazy, man. It felt so real. And the fight all night, from fight 1 all the way to the main event, nothing but bangers, man. Nothing but head crackers, head knockers.
Head crackers.
I'm talking about, yeah, I'm serious. First round knockouts,
Bang.
second, third round stoppages. Like with Strickland. But man, it was a hell of a night. And like I say, the main event with Fluffy Hernandez against Sean Strickland. Strickland, he had a lot to say, man. He talked a big game, but I must say, man, he went in there and backed it up. And it was a different type of fight. I mean, this fight definitely showed me Sean Strickland's fight IQ. You could put his antics to the side for a second. But as far as his fight IQ, man, it showed me this dude, he's playing with a full deck. He truly is. Because Sean Strickland normally is that fighter, just like with, certain fighters, he go in there and just walk him down, just try to walk him down. With Pereira, he tried to walk Pereira down. And bang, got hit and got stopped cold in his tracks. But with this guy, he was literally on his back foot the whole fight, moving backwards, just throwing punches, throwing that jab, jab, right hand, jab, right hand. And the thing he is, I don't know, maybe 2-3 minutes in, he knew Fluffy could not wrestle it. that was out the question. He wasn't going to out-grapple him. He wasn't going to out-juke, none of that. That wasn't going to happen. So he knew it was going to be a stand-up fight. And then he just baited Hernandez. He literally baited him into just walking into a shot. And pretty much that was lights out. It was a wrap after that. Big knee, bing, 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 gaging, it's over.
Gaging, it's over. Yeah, I mean, he was on, like you said, he was on his back foot the whole time. Sean Strickland, I don't know. Where would you put his letter grade as a fighter? Because I'm just kind of up and down on him. Obviously, he's been to the mountaintop before. I don't feel like he's an A+ fighter. I don't even know if he's an A fighter. He could be a B+ guy, but I don't know. You were there and you saw him up close. You said his fight IQ is high. Where would you rank him letter grade wise?
Well, he beat Israel Adesanya.
He beat Izzy.
Yes. Quite convincingly, right?
Yes.
I think Sean Strickland is a styles make fights type of guy.
The right matchup, he excels.
Exactly. That's the way I see it.
I
could be wrong, but I'm pretty good at picking this kind of stuff, and that sounds pretty right, pretty close to I think where Sean Strickland would be at. He's a styles make fights type of guy.
I think that's a great way to put it.
Put him in there with the right guy, he can beat him any day of the week. That's just the way I see Sean Strickland.
I think that's a great way to put it. And some guys are like that. Like some even in boxing or whatever, sometimes they just have your number. Like Mike was sensational, but Mike couldn't get past Evander, right? Like the certain guys just have your number from a stylistic perspective. Point. Yeah,
exactly my point.
And I think that Sean definitely falls into that category. And it's I got friends who work over there in the UFC, comms and PR team. So God bless you all having to deal with some of his press conferences and things of that nature and spinning it, because he's definitely. I guess he's full gimmick. I think he's leaning into it 100%. He said, "Hey, Colby Covington, what you were doing was real cute. I'm going to take it to another level, brother. You just stay right over there." But, all that aside, that's kind of that's the fight game. That's the fight game. You got to talk your way into the fight sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I can't hate on the antics. I can to a certain degree.
Well, they're over the top and I mean, I'm not someone who's easily offended, but sometimes I'm like, come on, brother.
They're overtly, racist in overtones in certain aspects, and that can rile you up.
Yeah.
That can really, really rile you up. And as a fighter, you want your opponent riled
You
as
do.
much as they possibly can. And like Sean Strickland said, he think Fluffy came in fighting off of a whole lot of emotion. He said Fluffy wanted to get him. And you could see. And the thing is, I was sitting there, and it was myself and Charmel and AJ Francis, and I hit AJ, and I said, AJ, look at Hernandez right now, and Hernandez eyes. He never took his eyes off of Strickland from when he was walking to the ring. He never took his eyes off of him. He was just in rage. You could see it, just seething, and with emotion. But it may be perhaps that worked against him because he just kept walking into shots.
Yeah.
He just kept walking into them.
Well, I think getting in the head, right? I mean, that's part of the fight game. And that's why I think like some of Sean Strickland, maybe all of them, are just like volume turned up. I'm going to get under your skin and be able to, kind of play some mind games with you and the media. I think he likes messing with the media intentionally. I mean, I don't love the stuff that he says, but
the thing is, I think he gets a lot of flack too. He said one thing in the press conference that it sounded it had the sound of truth. And I could be wrong, but he was saying Fluffy had told him that he had flipped his daughter off. And he said, Fluffy, I didn't flip your daughter off. He said, don't you see all of these people out here booing me? He said, you think I'm going to be able to find your daughter and flip her off? I said, are you kidding me? So that right there, that sounds so true.
Yeah.
He said, I feel like a butthole about this, and I got to apologize to his daughter.
That's real.
I swear to God, man.
That's real.
It sounds so real to me. And I go, wow, man, this guy playing both sides at the same time. Yeah, man. But nah, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about here inside the Hall of Fame, guys. So stick with us here. We'll be back in a moment.
What's up, everybody? Brad Gilmore and Booker T here in the Hall of Fame, and we want you to stop what you're doing. Put the remote down, sit up straight, adjust your championship belt, because this is not just an ad. This is an announcement from the Performance Commission.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm talking about bright lights, big fights, main event, last man standing energy, dog.
Look, this is the moment where the smoke hits, the pyro explodes, and the announcer screams, ladies and gentlemen, business is about to pick up.
Go ahead and tell him, Brad. Hit him with it.
Look, you already know what time it is. It's time to level up, and Blue Chew just dropped something crazy. I'm talking about next level championship belt gold-plated energy.
I'm talking about Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This ain't your grandpa's little blue pill. This is the 4-in-1 beast that's setting gold standard performance, man.
Yeah, we're talking about 2 ingredients for blood flow to keep that rocket pumping, mixed with apomorphine and oxytocin to turn up the arousal connection in your brain and your body. Blue Chew Gold dissolves under your tongue and works in as little as 15 minutes. That means you can get it in quicker and stay in the game longer. Elevation without hesitation. This is peak passion and peak performance in a single tablet.
That's right, Brad. Sounds like somebody just cashed in the money in the bank at midnight. Oh, yes.
That's not let's see what happens energy. That's call the announcer, cue the slow motion, somebody get a replay energy.
That's when the referee slides in and goes, y'all good? And you say, ring the bell.
That's the difference between showing up like it's a Tuesday
and showing up like it's WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and the after party.
Hey, BD, check this out. If she sends you that you still awake text, your confidence walking down the hallway should look like you just beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Man, after that, the mattress might retire your jersey.
The bed's gonna be in the back like, I need some ice. Somebody get me some ice.
That's what I call going for the gold, baby.
And coming home with the championship belt. Make life easier by getting harder, and discover your options at BlueChew.com.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with the code Booker. That's promo code Booker. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Oh, yes, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brad Gilmore from the Hall of Fame. We're going to take a quick time out because I got to tell y'all about something I've been rocking lately. If you've watched the show, you've seen me at events, you've probably noticed. Yet the chain game, it's upgraded just a little bit. All right? I've had my chaining day, and I'm talking about my guys over at GLD. That's GLD, letter by letter. And look, I'm not really a special occasions only jewelry guy. If I'm wearing something, it's got to be every day. It's got to be durable. It's got to be clean. It's got to be something I can throw on with a t-shirt, a blazer, or even a suit, and it just works so nicely. So feel this. Nice weight, stone set clean, clasp solid. Doesn't feel cheap. It feels legit, all right? That's what we're looking for, and that's what GLD is all about. That's why I like them. These aren't pieces you baby. They're waterproof, sweatproof, built to last, and every piece is guaranteed for life. So once it's on, it's basically part of your uniform. They've got everything too. Chains, pendants, bracelets, watches, plus official NFL and NBA collabs. So you can rep your team. If you want to flex a little hometown pride, I'm hardly home, but always repping the H. You already know I'm thinking about them Texans and those Rockets pieces. And it's not just about hype. Millions and millions of customers, thousands of five-star reviews, and you see everybody from athletes to artists rocking that GLD. So if you ever felt like your fit was missing something and you want to upgrade it, this is the time. This is the upgrade. Work hard and change the game. Oh, yeah. Because right now, new customers get 50% off when you use code BOOKER at GLD.com. That's 50% off with code BOOKER at GLD.com. After you order, they'll ask where you heard about them, so make sure you tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. That is GLD.com, promo code BOOKER. GLD.com, promo code BOOKER. Do it now. I do it for you. Now back to the show.
That's right. That's right. You better get your son, man. You know what I mean? If you want to get in the game. I'm talking about, hey, man, but
well, I want to give a big shout out to Blue Chew, one of our official sponsors. Blue Chew Gold is their new line, their new pill that they got out there. 15 minutes, they say you're ready to go. And it's got 4 ingredients and something, I think it's called oxytocin. It just sounds good. Promo code Booker, 10% off.
When it's got the tag gold on it,
yeah,
it's about checks and championships.
That's right,
baby. Yeah, it's about cashing in big time.
You take one of these, you'll really be able to hold that 10 pounds of gold. You know what I'm talking
about? Straight to the bank, baby. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. But and again, congratulations to Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland, he's turned into one of those guys like Muhammad Ali back in the day. People used to just could not wait to see him lose when he was coming up.
Okay, yes.
That's the comparison.
I was about to say, this is going to be the wildest comparison of all time.
I mean, it's a perfect comparison. In his younger days, the Louisville Lip, that's what they call it. And they just could not, there's this one woman, she used to sit front row every time. And she finally met Muhammad, and she told Muhammad she come to see all of his fights. And he was thanking her. She said she just come to see his ass lose. And there's so many people in the audience that was like that for Sean Strickland's fight. They wanted him to lose, and that motivates you. That motivates you to want to go out there and win. So congratulations to Sean Strickland and his team going out there and having a hell of a victory and a hell of a night.
Yeah, big shout out to him. But you want to talk about somebody who knows how to use antics to get under your skin. In order for you to want to buy a ticket to their fight or buy the pay-per-view, and you buy it because you want to see them lose, one of the greatest of all time at that was Floyd Money Mayweather. And we know that Mayweather, we talked about on the show last week, that Mayweather and Mike Tyson are going to be having a fight, I think, in the Congo, an exhibition bout between the two of them. And then shortly thereafter, there was a rumor that Floyd was going to come out of retirement. He's 50-0, retired back in 2017 when he defeated Conor McGregor in his 50th win. And you and I talked on the phone, either it was yesterday or the day before, and you had the best idea, and I thought this is what he was doing. You were saying, hey, think about Floyd and Bud Crawford. Like, that's a hell of a fight. You know, someone's must go. Money match, both retired, coming out of retirement. I was like, man, that's the fight to make. But then Netflix announced today that we're getting a rematch from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we're going to see the rematch between Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao at the Sphere in Las Vegas this September. Granted, hopefully they all make it there healthy. Who knows what's going to happen to the Congo with Floyd? Mike gets a hold of him. No, all jokes aside, I want to see this fight happen. Because one of the big what ifs was, are we ever going to see them fight? And then they did, and it was a little lackluster. And Manny Pacquiao, of course, had a torn rotator cuff. What are your thoughts on Floyd's coming out of retirement and this being his first official fight back after the Mike fight?
Manny Pacquiao, 47 years old.
Yeah.
Floyd what? 47, 48?
He's got to be close. So I'm going to look it up.
You know, didn't we just have this conversation?
He's
pretty much.
Guess what? He turns 49 tomorrow. Floyd Mayweather does.
49 years old. These two old guys. We were just talking about Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
All right. And her coming back at 39, and then her opponent, Gina Carano, at 42.
Yeah.
And we were saying, man, come on, man. You know, that's what we were saying. Now, I'm not gonna diss this fight or anything like that. I mean, would I want to see it? I think so. I mean, I will watch this fight, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. I mean, both of these guys, it's still a score to settle. It's still a score to settle more than anything. And both of these guys pretty much have been doing the same thing since they've gotten out of the game, and that's have these exhibition fights. Manny Pacquiao, he's been doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. He's had a few of these exhibition fights, you know, and he's fared very well. And Manny Pacquiao still look real sharp, man. He still look real sharp, you know. So for me, I think the way Floyd went out with an undefeated record, and Manny Pacquiao was so close to being, you know, in that same realm as far as undefeated. He's a hell of a champion, no matter how you look at him. I think those guys running it back one more time, just for the sake, if perhaps Floyd beat Manny Pacquiao convincingly, I think that would motivate him even more to want to do one more, perhaps, with Bud Crawford. So it's still not out of the picture. It's not out of the equation.
No, I think it's still could be likely. Is it less likely now that he's going to fight Manny? Maybe a little bit, but I think that this is actually a really interesting fight because Manny's been more active more recently, even at a competitive level. I guess it's been, 5 or 6 years since that Keith Thurman fight that we saw in Las Vegas, and he's had some wins since then. You know, I mean, and he's a couple losses. He lost to
and put an exclamation point on that Keith Thurman fight.
Yeah.
He went out there and beat that boy like he stole something.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
One-sided affair.
Like he said something about his mama. I'm serious, dog. It was one-sided all night long.
Yeah, and so for Manny to be still that competitive, and that was when he was 40. Now, it's been some time since then, and, you know, Father Time waits for no man, as you famously say. But I like the matchup. I do. I think, you know, they're the same age. They've had a similar layoff. They've done the exhibition fights. I'd like to see it. Man, but can you imagine Floyd coming out of retirement at 50-0, rematch with Manny Pacquiao, and then if he loses, what he must feel like?
Well, it's according to how much money he got.
That's true. They're going to make so much money on this fight.
The check sometimes it make you feel a whole lot better about things. I mean,
well, let me ask you this. Is this a bigger money fight? Is Floyd Pacquiao 2 bigger than Floyd versus Bud Crawford would be? Is this a bigger money fight?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I mean, me personally, I don't think so. I think Bud and Floyd, that's, you know, like Rocky Balboa-like story. That's you know, that's a movie.
Yeah.
You know, that's old line versus like when he fought Tarver, Rocky 6, right?
Yeah.
Or 5. Which one was it?
Six.
6. Yeah, that's what that is. That's a movie. And the thing is, would Floyd have the the ability, the skill set to be able to go out there and withstand that young man, Bud, what, 37?
Yeah.
38, by the time that fight would happen. But it would be the dynamics of that fight right there, because both of those guys right there, undefeated, 2 undefeated fighters. You know what I mean? From 2 different eras. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it seems like it would be an obvious one to predict. I feel like Bud would, walk away with it personally. Floyd in his prime, it's a different thing, but they're both really defensive fighters. And Bud's, though, so dynamic in what we saw him against Canelo.
That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know how much Floyd has deteriorated. We don't know. Because the only thing we've seen from Floyd is win, no matter what. We saw what he did to that Japanese kid. You know what I mean? He went over there and dusted that boy off to where the kid started crying in the ring. You know what I mean?
That was actually, all respect to that young fighter who I think was a kickboxer. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Because he was like 22, and his corner hyped him up. Like, you're going to go out there. You're going to do this. You're going to defeat Floyd. He's an old man. You're a young lion.
I don't know if you saw it, but the funniest part was right before the fight, the Yakuza boss came out with flowers and just threw them at Floyd's feet. And Floyd bent down and picked the flowers up. It was like, I'm finna go dust this boy off just for that. I swear to God, it was so disrespectful. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I did not see that.
It was so disrespectful. It was like a Yakuza boss. You know what I mean? He just came in with the flowers and he just threw them down at Floyd's at his feet. Like, it is, and what it's called is a presento. They do that all the time.
Right.
They normally come and give you flowers and give you a gift to you. But this time, I guess this guy was letting Floyd know, look, you ain't welcome here. Yeah. You need to get on the plane quickly as you possibly can after this is over.
Better have your bags by the door like you're working heel in Puerto Rico, right?
Just go straight from the ring to the plane. Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. No stoppies. No. I'm serious. Hey, man. Hey, we got to pay some bills, man. Stick around, hey, guys. I got to thank a couple of guys. Here inside the Hall of Fame. We come back. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it? Houston, get ready to rumble with the Hall of Fame on ESPN Radio.
That's right, Booker. We're bringing the heat Tuesday through Friday right here on the Houston airwaves on 97.5 and 92.5.
We've got the exclusive scoop on wrestling, boxing, and everything in between.
Join us for the smackdown of sports talk and don't miss a moment of the action.
The Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that? Sucker! Let me ask you something, Brad. What's one money lesson you wish you learned way earlier in life?
Oh, man, BT, I wish I learned about budgeting. No questions. Just understanding where your money goes before it disappears. And now, if you've got kids or teenagers, you're trying to pass those lessons down while juggling everything else.
Exactly. Parenting already comes with a million moving parts. The last thing you want is money stress adding to that chaos.
And that's where Cash App comes in, especially for parents with teens.
For all the parents out there with teenagers, we know you're already trying to keep a million different things under control. Cash App is here to help you make sure your teens' money and their spending isn't adding to that craziness.
Cash App is designed to meet teens aged 13 to 17 where they are with intuitive educational tools. Available through sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, teens can gain access to a personalized Cash App card that comes in different colors and patterns to fit their style and the ability to instantly access money from their family and friends. Cash App makes managing money feel easier and honestly just cooler than the other options out there.
The platform also has tools that can help develop real-world financial habits in a space that's safe and easy to navigate, all with your oversight and approval.
If your teen is getting their first job, Cash App can give them access to their paychecks up to 2 weeks early and can help them achieve personalized saving goals that they can set themselves all within the app. With Cash App, these tools become something they'll actually want to use because they were designed with them in mind.
Finally, no one wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance required, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money.
With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring. If there's ever something that feels off, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap.
Skip the stress and give your teen a way to learn financial responsibility with no hidden fees. Download Cash App and get started today.
For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply.
Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking service provided by Cash App's banking partners.
Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC.
Direct deposit promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand.
Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosure. What's up, everybody? This is Brad Gilmore and Booker T for the Hall of Fame podcast. And you know, Book, I've been trying to get my mornings together lately. Not perfect, just better. Less chaos, less fog, less of that, why did I drink 3 coffees and now I'm vibrating out of my chair feeling?
You know, man, I know exactly what you mean. I used to hit the coffee hard in the morning. Then by noon, I'm crashing like I just got hit with the bookend. That's not good, dog.
That's why I started messing around with mud water. It's a coffee alternative made with cacao, chai, turmeric, and functional mushrooms, stuff like lion's mane and reishi, and gives you this smooth, locked-in focus without the jitters or that nasty crash.
And check this out, if you still want that real coffee taste, they've got a new low-caffeine coffee brand, only 45 milligrams of caffeine, but it's got L-theanine and those same mushrooms, and it feels so good, focused and steady, man. Not wired, not shaky, just ready to handle some business.
Yeah, Book, it's become part of my routine now. You just throw the powder in a mug, add hot water, mix it up. Some people add creamer, honey, whatever. It's easy.
You know, I like this part. Everything in it is organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, kosher, no sugar, no weird stuff, man. Just clean energy that actually lasts.
Plus, you can grab it online or even find it at Target and Sprouts now, which makes it super easy. If you want to get your morning started smarter, head to mudwater.com/Booker right now and get up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code Booker.
That's right, up to 43% off with the code Booker at mudwtr.com/Booker.
And after you order, they'll ask you how you heard about them. Tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you.
That's what I call starting the day like a champion. Now can you dig that, sucker?
Look, guys, last December I turned 33, and you know what nobody warned you about when you hit your 30s? It's not big stuff. It's not the random stuff. Like suddenly your energy's gone at 2 p.m. You're still doing the same workouts. You got the same diets, but the results aren't the same. And mentally, some days you feel locked in and other days you feel like you're wading through the mud. I started thinking, something's off here. So naturally I did what every rational adult does. I went down the internet rabbit hole at 1 a.m., diagnosing myself like a lunatic, and one thing kept popping up: low testosterone. Now, I looked into TRT, and look, I'm not knocking anybody who goes that route. But when I started reading about the weekly shots, the long-term dependency, and the cost, I thought, man, I'd rather try something that works with my body first before I jump into something that replaces it. And that's when I found Marsman. I'll show you this real quick. All right, let me lay it down. What I like about Marsman is it's designed to help your body support healthy testosterone levels naturally. No needles, no synthetics, none of that. Just like ingredients like Tongkat Ali and zinc and boron, things meant to support energy, strength, stamina, recovery, the stuff we actually need to have to feel right day to day. For me, the difference has been something crazy. It's not like an overnight jolt, it's consistency. more steady energy throughout the day, better focus when I'm working. The workouts, they feel stronger again. I don't feel like I'm hitting a wall halfway through the afternoon. It's like instead of spikes and crashes, I just feel dialed in all the time. And honestly, going into this year, I wanted to feel better in 2026 than I did the last couple of years. And this has been a part of that reset for me. Marsman is made in the US, third party tested, and they've got a 90-day money back guarantee. So if it's not for you, you're not stuck with it. For a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. It's a perfect way to kick off this new year strong. That's mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts when you check out. After your time of purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them, and please let them know that the Hall of Fame sent you. All right, that is mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts. Do it. Do it now. Brad Gilmore alongside Booker T here on ESPN Radio. Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
We got to shout out all the people who checking us always out here in the Hall of Fame. And Book, well, before we went to break, you were talking about a couple of people who gave you some shout outs. And I thought, look, it'd be best if we actually put these two people in context. And so I actually found the clips of both of these gentlemen. I guess we'll start with the most recent one first. So I'm going to play this. This is from today on First Take. This was Trick Willie talking about BT.
He trained with us at NXT. He's the head commentator at NXT, and took me under his wing and said, "Hey man, approach the game like this. See this coming a mile away." And Booker T has been a huge inspiration and role model, hands-on, in my career here in the WWE. So it's been awesome.
Oh, that's
Booker
Trick
T.
Williams. Trick Williams talking about BT. There's a clip from him on SportsCenter with Stephen A. Smith this morning. So what did that mean to you, BT?
Nah, man, it make me feel good. Like I always say, to stay relevant these days, it may take somebody else, some young cat that's out there shining, doing their thing. And Trick right now doing his thing, man. He's doing a hell of a job, too, as far as understanding what the business is about. I told Trick a long time ago, you know how to be the best wrestler to be the best wrestler. You know what I mean? And he's definitely taken that advice and run with it. Then to see a young guy out there that's, paying homage to kind of like, the way I did it, but up in the game, even more so. That's what I love about it as well, to see Trick Williams be able to go on and, win the World Heavyweight Championship, man. That's gonna be something for that young man. There again, who took it very, very serious as far as the do's and don'ts about the business. The before and after. And if you want to get that advice, we'll be talking about that here in a little bit. As far as fantasy camp goes, going down March 21st, we'll talk about that if you want to learn the ins and outs, to do's and don'ts. But no, that's what it just lets me know that I did my job a long time ago, because Trick was watching me. Now I'm still doing my job, trying to, guide these young men, in the right direction, make them avoid those landmines at the same time, and, still be a part of, what they're doing. And I always say, a lot of times, you're old school, right? You're old school. But a lot of things work in the old school still work today. And to see Trick be able to go out there and understand what that means, man, it's really, really incredible.
Man, look, Trick's one of those guys. When I first saw him on NXT, he was kind of playing the backup to Carmelo Hayes. But it was one of those guys where once you heard him talk, you go, "Oh, okay." Like you knew that he could be something when you just heard him talk. And him out there with he's the anointed one with his lemon pepper steppers. I think he called himself the sexiest superstar in the WWE this morning on First Take, something along those lines. He just understands it. He just gets it at a whole different level than a lot of guys. And his comfortability in his promos is what stands out to me more than anything. Just the way and his entrance. When you get your full character across during that walk, and you already can tell who this guy is when he walks out the curtain, man, that's so hard to achieve, and he does that at a high level.
It's great music too, the horns, the high horn, the trumpet. Man, it's such a great instrument. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's Michael Jackson right there. And I tell you, that's what I remember more than anything about the Jacksons was the high horn, man.
the
That
horns.
high horn always made you feel a certain way. And for Trick to have that, at his disposal in his interest, man, it's so freaking awesome. I swear, every time I hear it, it make me feel a certain way, his interest, just the music, just the horns, so nah, man, Destiny, go back and listen to Destiny, guys. That's the Jackson 5. I'm serious.
What was the song that we used to end the show with back in the day from the Destiny album? It was the Jackson 5 song, bump, 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 bump. Huh?
Can you feel it?
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? But it had the horns in it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that song. Now that wasn't the only person though who gave you a shout out this week. A never seen 17, a man who just retired in December of last year, 2025, did a interview on the O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s podcast. And he and his guy, TJ, I believe his name over there, is a great co-host. I actually listen to their show sometimes. They've had some good guests, but they did 2+ hours with John Cena, his first interview outside of the one he did with Cody Rhodes after retirement, especially at this length. And he shared some stuff, and I'm going to play a clip. This is John Cena.
I'm one of the last of the improvisational performers.
Yeah.
And I'm out now, so I guess I'm out. But
the last world champion, right?
Yeah. The way I was taught by the guys who mentored me, Booker T's of the world, especially Shakespeare, Booker T, is like, listen, plan your finish from the comeback on. And in the beginning section, you're just trying to get the audience to a point where they want to see you come back, where they want to see you, without lack of a better term, hulk up. A lot of performers say, all right, we got 5 minutes. You take one. We got a 3-minute finish. And you'll see a lot of, like, this is way inside baseball, but no contest wrestling. So you'll see a lot of bump and feeds to no noise. I'll bomb some nights, so I'll be making the comeback to no noise, but it ain't because of lack of trying. But what I do, if we have a 35-minute match and I want to do a 15-minute finish, I'll take that 20 minutes to just listen. And a lot of the times I'm calling the pace of the guys, and it's by design. We'll start out quick and then go more methodical, because if the geography and everything's right, you'll see me. I never turned heel, but I worked with intent with some guys.
Yeah, on there.
And those were all the real tweeners.
Boom. John Cena laying down the psychology in the game. That was on No Combat Wrestling with O'Shea Jackson. Oh, excuse me, No Contest Wrestling with O'Shea Jackson Jr. and TJ Jefferson on ESPN and Rich Eisen Productions. But yeah, John Cena saying he was the last of the improv guys. Maybe Randy might be one of the last ones now, last of the Mohicans, but was taught by you. And he mentioned the Shakespeare line, which I know is y'all's kind of code word to one another. But Cena putting you over.
I'm going to tell you right now, Randy, he's going to be talking about me too. He's going to be talking about, what he learned from me in his first real contest with Booker T. And I'm sure it was a boatload of knowledge in one night for that young man, because I definitely put him to the test. But John Cena was one of my pupils, man. He was one of my guys that I tested weekly. I tested John Cena weekly. And he would pass those tests. He would always pass the test every time. He didn't ask a whole lot of questions. He just went out there and listened, followed, knew when he had the keys, and knew when he was driving. And it was such a easy time teaching John Cena how to really, really perform. And I was glad I had a hand in working with John Cena and like showing him like some of the tricks to the trade, because I knew he was the guy that they were grooming. I knew he was the guy that, that they were planning on being the golden boy, to be the next guy. And I just wanted to see exactly how much I could instill in John Cena and how much he was receptive to taking it. For me, what was so awesome, because he was the star. He was, but I was acting like I was the guy in the ring, doing all the real magic. But I knew exactly what I was doing was teaching John, and then I saw him learning. Man, that's what was really really cool. Watching John Cena learn, everything he did was unconventional. It wasn't like the guys that learned in the wrestling school, because I didn't want him to do it like the guys in the wrestling school. I didn't need that. I needed him to be able to act and react properly. And I swear, man, he picked that part up very, very well. And I saw so much of it here in his retirement, matches. I saw so much of that Shakespeare that, him and I used to talk about all the time. What are we doing tonight, Book? What do you want to do? I'm like, Shakespeare, bro. I'll see you in the ring. But I appreciate John Cena for putting that out there, man. I really do, because, I need people to know about my training prowess. I need people to know that, I teach a psychology and a philosophy. I don't teach professional wrestling. I'm not a professional wrestler. I'm a former dancer. I was with this acclaimed group called the Remote Controls back in the day, and we was bad. I was a drum major in school, and I used to watch a lot of movies, and so I teach a drama like type of professional wrestling, but it has to be real, it has to be raw, it has to be gritty, and that takes me to March 21st, Fantasy Camp, guys. I'm going down at the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena right there at 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway. Right now it's just the 21st, and we got about 15 people signed up already. It's the 21st. We still got a month away, pretty much. But guys, sign up. Go to realityofwrestling.com. Sign up. March 21st is going to be Fantasy Camp, starting at 12 noon, going to 5 p.m. If you thought about being a professional wrestler, if you wondered, what it was like being a professional wrestler, you get a shot that day to experience what it's truly like to be a professional wrestler, right there with myself and my team, putting you through the racket. I know it's called Reality of Wrestling, but this right here, it's going to be as reality as you possibly can believe. It's going to be as real as you possibly can believe. So guys, don't think it's going to be easy or anything like that. Don't think this is going to be a cakewalk or anything like that. Reality of Wrestling's Fantasy Camp is about testing yourself, seeing exactly how far you. And the thing is, sometimes you don't even know how far you can go unless you get pushed a little bit. All right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to push you to your limit. March 21st, Fantasy Camp at Reality Wrestling. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. This is going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones cooking. Hey, man, we got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey, guys, it's Brad Gilmore from the Hall of Fame with Booker T. And we talk a lot about trust on this show. Trust in your team, trust in the process, trust in your opponent. And you got to talk about trust in your money. And that's why I use Cash App. I do. I use Cash App. This is true. I use it every single day. It's where I have a card with. It's where I exchange currency with, whether I'm getting a haircut, whether I'm getting, some lawn services, whatever the case might be. I use Cash App because it's fast, it's secure, and it makes handling my money so simple. So whether I'm splitting a dinner bill, splitting money with a friend, checking my balance before a big weekend, it's all right there in the app. So if you download Cash App today and use our referral code, which is SECURE10, for $10 when you sign up. That's SECURE, SECURE, the number 10. Do that. Use that code, because Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. You visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. So go ahead, hit that download button. Use my code SECURE10 and join the millions of people already using Cash App to make life easier. Trust me, you'll be glad that you did it, okay? SECURE10, SECURE10, SECURE10. And remember, Cash App is a financial services platform. It is not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures and use Cash App today. Booker and I use it. You should use it too. Cash App, Cash App. Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here with the Hall of Fame. I want to ask you a quick question, okay? Why is it that life never waits for a payday? You know, bills don't wait, tires don't wait, gas never waits. You're riding around on E. Well, guess what? Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, and honestly, a payday shouldn't happen bi-weekly either. You already did the work. You already earned the money. So why should it just sit there while you're trying to figure things out? That's where EarnIn comes in, spelled EarnIn, like EarnIn. It's the original earned wage access app that lets you access your pay as you work instead of just waiting days or weeks for a paycheck. And just to be clear, this is your money. This is not a loan. It's not a payday thing. This is access to what you already earned. With EarnIn, you can access $150 a day with a max of $1,000 between pay periods. No interest, no credit cards, no mandatory fees. EarnIn makes money through optional tips and optional fees for features like lightning speed, which can get your money in minutes. But there's always a no-cost option so everyone can just keep things moving. And look, we've all been there. Sometimes it's gas, sometimes it's groceries, sometimes it's a bill that pops up earlier than expected. Other times it's a last-minute gift, tickets that you don't want to miss, rent timing, school clothes, or even an unexpected trip to the vet. We know that life happens fast. EarnIn helps millions of Americans take charge of their pay and avoid falling into debt traps by putting their money in their hands when they need it. It's simple. You go download the EarnIn app, add your info, and start accessing pay your way as you work. Any money you access plus any optional tip is automatically repaid from your next paycheck. So there's no stress, there's no awkward waiting, just moving forward. Make EarnIn a part of your financial routine and join over 4 million customers making any day a payday. Download EarnIn today. That's EarnIn. That's EarnIn in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download EarnIn app, type in Hall of Fame under podcast when you sign up. That's Hall of Fame under podcast. It really, really helps this show. EarnIn is a financial technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers are available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Download EarnIn and take control of your pay.
Oh, yeah, new year, new me. That's what everybody says when January hits, right? New habits, new goals, leaving some things back in last year where they belong.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Book. You can clean out your phone, your closet, your calendar, and you start thinking, all right, what's actually making the cut into the new year?
And look, there's one thing I'm definitely bringing with me into 2026. MANDO whole body deodorant.
Oh, same here. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. MANDO has become a part of my daily routine. It's one of those things you didn't realize you need until you have it.
You know what I love about MANDO is the confidence. Straight up. You don't have to think about it. You just know you're covered.
Exactly. MANDO is a whole body deodorant. Safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, balls, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, feet, all of it, BT.
And it was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal body odor was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. So this stuff is actually designed to handle the problem.
It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours, which is wild.
Now, personally, I like the solid deodorant stick. It's powered by mandelic acid and stops odor before it starts.
I'm a fan of the spray, especially for those hard to reach spots. You know what I'm talking about, BT? Aluminum free, easy, and no mess.
And all MANDO products are baking soda free and paraben free. Oh, yes.
Plus the scents, you got bourbon leather, you got clover woods, you got Mount Fuji Pro Sport, clean, fresh, and not overpowering.
You know, some men try to mask body odor with scent. You know, the cologne stuff.
Yeah, but MANDO men, they get the job done right. They don't mask it, they MANDO it.
You know, you can find MANDO now in Walmart, Target, and other retailers nationwide. Or for the best deals,
you head over to shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com For a limited time, new customers get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping when you use our code BOOKER.
That's 20% off site-wide and free shipping with the code Booker at shopmando.com.
Seriously, support the show and let them know that we sent you over there.
Go to shopmando.com, use the code Booker, gets 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. Oh, yes.
Mando's got you covered. Deodorant plus sweat control so you can say goodbye to sweat stains and say hello to long-lasting
Back inside the Hall of
freshness.
Fame, guys. Getting ready to wrap this thing up here in a bit. What do you want to wrap it up with? What do you want to go home with?
Well, I will say that this week we talked about the fantasy camp. Also on Saturday, we have a Hall of Fame on ESPN for the Elimination Chamber, which will be from 5 to 7 Central Time. So definitely check your local listings. Tune in with me, BT, our guy Josiah Howard on the 1s and 2s. I'm sure we're going to have some special guests joining us to talk about that Elimination Chamber. And then on Sunday are the annual Row Awards event, which also shares a special day with somebody else. I believe they're turning another year around the sun on the same day. So definitely don't miss out on that. Don't get shut out this Sunday.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good, man. I'm looking forward to Row Awards, something that's near and dear to our hearts at Reality Wrestling, to have our own award ceremony and then to it be under the Row Awards banner, something that I created. I created myself. Not the Row Awards, but the Row portion of it.
The Row portion.
And everybody thought I was crazy when I created Reality Wrestling. No one thought, it was why Reality Wrestling? Why we got to just say Reality Wrestling? Because it means something to me. It means something. Well, why we can't say what was it? ROW. We don't ever want to hear ROW around Row. Okay, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. And then I look at us now, Reality Wrestling. It's amazing. So to be a part of Row Awards, we're gonna tape that. Of course, you guys are gonna be able to see that, and hopefully you'll like it as far as what we do from our perspective, from an independent wrestling perspective, paying respect to our men and women out there that's working so hard. I mean, I talk about, WrestleMania and making that journey, from WrestleMania all the way 364 days to that next WrestleMania. Man, it's the hardest thing in the world. All right. It's the hardest thing in the world to stay in shape, stay, injury free, go out and try to have bangers, every night. Yeah, it's such a hard thing, and it's no different on the independent scene. Man, our guys and our girls at Reality Wrestling, they're working year round, day in and day out, trying to get to that next level. So there again, we appreciate every one of our stars at Reality Wrestling, and we're going to pay them respect at the Row Awards, and I can't wait.
No, I can't wait either. I think it's going to be look, I had a lot of fun last year. I know I got some heat with the boys for my opening monologue, which is
you did.
I plan on doing that again, and maybe we can't air certain portions of it. Who knows? But the Road Awards are always fun, man. And you know what's so funny is when you say that, my skin does crawl when I hear ROW. When I hear somebody say ROW, it does make my skin crawl. And if somebody, I've been interviewed several times where somebody's asking me about reality wrestling and they'll call it ROW. I'll go, whoa.
Yeah.
It's reality wrestling or row. Yeah, I can't hear that. It just it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. And I guess that's also from being the announcer, right? Like I want to make sure that it's always said correctly. But man, I'll tell you what though, Elimination Chamber this Saturday. I feel like we talk about this every year, but it's worth mentioning. I think WWE just put something out about the first Elimination Chamber again, as they always do. Of course, you competed in that match alongside several of the greats: Shawn Michaels, Y2J, RVD, Kane, Triple H, and yourself, all in that inaugural Elimination Chamber match 24 years ago, Book, and people are still talking about it. You know what? They talk about that Elimination Chamber match the same way they talk about the Miracle on Ice in hockey, which the Boys of 1980, which is a great documentary on Netflix, by the way, but also got to give a shout-out to our Olympic hockey team. They went and did it.
Man.
First time in 46 years.
And you see the guy get hit right in the mouth with the hockey stick.
Hughes, yes.
Oh man,
Jack
just
Hughes.
knocked his teeth right out and everything. It was just ugly, man. But he didn't even sell it.
No.
It was like Mick Foley in Germany when he got his ear tore off. And the guy comes back, Michael Michael Capetta, he comes back and he's got Mick Foley's ear and he goes, I think I got Mick Foley's ear in my hand. and Mick Foley looks at him and go, baby. I go, I'm in the wrong business. But no, man, that's the way that kid was, man. He was selling it all, man, and then to come back and win it. It's amazing, man. Amazing, man. Cinderella story. Unbelievable.
Cinderella story, unbelievable for sure. Shout out to the U.S. men's and women's hockey team, won gold.
Yeah, the women. You know what? The women did it so sweet, too.
Smooth.
Oh, my God. I mean, that crossover, it was like Iverson on ice. It was sweet, dog. I swear to God, that's exactly what it reminded me of. It was like Iverson crossover on ice, and it was just perfect, So, man, big ups to the ladies, man. Big ups.
Yeah, shout out to both teams for bringing home the gold for the U.S. and beating Canada in both of those matches. Canada's known for their hockey teams, obviously. So good that we were able to get that done. Now, when you go to the Elimination Chamber, we have it this weekend. Obviously, we're going to be breaking down a lot in our show on Saturday. But this is one of the super chats that I want to get to, and we'll start taking our super chats here. So D'Angelo Brown, 87, said, who's in the mystery box for the Elimination Chamber? I think that for those who don't know, Adam, what's the GM's name? Oh, man.
Pierce.
Yes. Pierce. He had a box delivered backstage on Monday Night Raw that said do not open until 2/28, which is the date of Elimination Chamber. It looked like a man-sized box. Who do you think the mystery person is, Book? Do you have any guesses?
No.
I have none.
No, I mean, I don't write the show, guys. I'm not an insider or anything like that where I would know who perhaps it would be, because I'm not even thinking like that. Especially, not for the main roster. I'm thinking about that for NXT perhaps because I'm there on a weekly. But for the main roster, I'll be hoping it would be someone, maybe like a Zilla Fatu. But other than that, I'm not thinking about any. I just threw that out there.
I like how you threw that. Now the internet's going to be, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? Does he know something?
So, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see who it is.
We'll have to find out. And the other thing that's interesting, though, that made me laugh on Raw, because I sat and watched the whole show last week, and one of the things that made me laugh a little bit was they've had this masked man attacking the Vision, right, over the last several weeks, and they really want you to think it's Seth Rollins because he's doing the stomp and all the stuff like that, and perhaps it will be. I don't know. But they have the mystery man angle to open the show, and then the next segment is the mystery box segment right after that. I'm like, man, this is just like a whole this is turned into Clue. You know what I mean? Who did it in the ring with the candlestick? Was it Colonel Mustard? You know what I mean? It made me laugh that it's a bunch of mysteries now on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Is it mystery in good or mystery bad?
Well, you know what? We'll have to, on the cameras, brother, it's mystery great. But when the cameras go off, brother, it's another story, brother.
Okay.
This one comes from Elijah Vin 97. Professional. Hey, Booker and Brad, why do you think Stephanie McMahon doesn't wrestle anymore? Well, she was never really a wrestler. She would do it on certain occasions, right? Former women's champion, for what it's worth. Yeah. Had a great match with Ronda Rousey and her husband against Kurt Angle and Ronda when they tagged, and had a good one against Brie Bella, I believe, at a SummerSlam. But she never really was a active wrestler.
Sometimes it just comes time to move on, you know what I mean? Especially in things change in life, you got enough money, you know what I mean? You don't feel it. And a lot of times when you're doing it, like, in that stage where Steph was actually like in ring doing stuff, I'm sure she was doing it and having fun doing it. Now in a different stage in life, it's not as fun, especially when you got all that money. Just sit back, man, and enjoy the ride and watch everybody else do podcasts like me.
She does a great podcast, by the way. A great podcast. She had AJ Styles on, which, by the way, tonight on Monday Night Raw, they are dedicating the show to the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, because they are in Atlanta, GA. And so they'll be dedicated to AJ Styles and his career after he just recently retired at the Royal Rumble. Now, last couple questions before we get out of your book. Mike Woodson 2085 said, Lord have mercy. Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2 for September. Where's Gunther at when you need him to retire someone? And my girl Clarissa Shields with the big win.
Yeah, Clarissa Shields went out there. And, man, she was in a war, though, man. Old girl was coming at her hard. Even though she won just about every round, but it was a rough fight for her. But one thing about Clarissa, man, she's a bulldog, man. She's gonna bite down on that mouthpiece. She's gonna throw hands. We're talking about that jab, that right hand, footwork, everything. Clarissa is truly the GOAT. She truly is the greatest woman boxer I think that we've ever seen. I mean, of course, Layla Ali was good, but what Clarissa Shields have done from the Olympics all the way to, the professional ranks, she's unstoppable. She really is. She's unstoppable. So big up to Clarissa going out there and wrecking shop.
Let's see. We have a couple more here. Antonio says, what's Charlotte to do at WrestleMania? It's been teased so many times, Flair versus Jade, but just the way they cross paths, it's so powerful, but she didn't make it in the Elimination Chamber. Yes, Charlotte Flair did not qualify. Her partner, Alexa Bliss, did, which I think is strange. Yeah. So I think there might be something there, right? Because there's been some brouhaha between them a little bit. I don't know. And Tiffany Stratton's in the chamber, too. I don't know if you have a fatal four-way at WrestleMania where it's Tiffany, Alexa, Charlotte, and Jade. That could seem possible for me, but I don't know. Because you want Charlotte and Alexa on the show on WrestleMania.
Yeah, you want Charlotte and Alexa on the show, but you definitely want to get Charlotte in the primetime spot, and that primetime spot would be with Jade Cargill. I don't know. I don't know where that feud is going. I don't know if they trying to string it out a little bit more, you know what I mean? Because we got something planned, for Mania that we want to do, and we just don't want to mix up too many things at one time. That could definitely be the case in this matter. But I definitely I definitely see them somehow trying to roundabout back to that angle somehow, some way. I don't know how. But if it's some smart people working in the office, I think that's what they're trying to do.
I'm right there with you. And then our last one is a wrestling historian. It says, during your second best of 7 series with Chris Benoit in 2006, you unfortunately got injured. What was the original plan if that didn't happen? Thanks. Were y'all going to run it back, same WCW style, where you kind of did the draw and then you went to another one, or?
I don't know, but I was going to win it.
I was going to be the guy. I don't know.
I mean,
it was going to be a clean sweep. I was going to get 4 in a row.
I ended up winning it without even being in it.
Yeah, that's true.
Randy finished it for me. I still walked out with the glory. Actually, I told Randy, and I remember that promo. I go, Randy, get this done for me. I might get the championship, but you'll get all the glory.
Okay, you know what? I have to ask you this before we wrap. And I know we're going a little long, but I have to ask you this because there's a promo that's been making the rounds again on social with you. I think because we were talking about the commentary stuff last week, the famous TNA promo of you beating everybody up and doing your own commentary went viral again. But then there was another one of Kevin Nash. Y'all are in the Main Event Mafia at the time, and Kevin is cutting this real serious promo, and he's like, "There's 3 things that mean a lot in wrestling. The money, the power, and the respect." And you kept in the background going, respect.
Yeah.
Respect. And in your accent that you were doing at the time, what the hell was that about?
I don't know.
Were you trying to pop him or something? Because he no-sold it. He no-sold it.
I don't know what I was doing. Respect got real hot though for a minute round there, bro. It got real hot.
People were saying
respect respect was one of the hot tickets going around for a while in TNA. But I don't know why I was saying it, man. Main Event Mafia, we was all about respect. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was about.
Respect.
I don't know what I was thinking. Like I say, no one gave me a filter. I get so much heat, and I know we're going over, but I get so much heat. I was just looking at some comments because they had put something on social media about Booker T's TNA career, and what did people think about it. And so many people think, I really didn't, do that great of a job in TNA. But then some people think, man, he really did some really, really good stuff. And the thing is, I know I really did some good stuff. And you've heard me say I really felt like I could have worked a lot harder in TNA. But I've, not to, my doing or anything like that or wanting, nobody in that company at that time really, like I say, gave me any direction and say, hey, Book, we want you to go this way. Hey, don't give me the accent, Book. We don't want that. No one ever came to me and told me, hey, Book, we're doing this. So I was kind of like just floating, and I was like, man, what am I doing here? So I got frustrated with TNA, and that's the real reason I really didn't give a 100% effort. So I just want people to know that that's the real story. That's the real story about Booker T, TNA.
Well, there you go. I thought you were fantastic, but respect had me laughing. It was just.
And I had a lot of great moments, man. Me and JB, we did a good promo too there. You got to see it one time when I just was talking to the wall and talking to myself. It was just crazy.
You got to do a TNA promo watch along one day.
We got to, man. We got to, seriously. But now, man, I know we got to get out of here, man. I got to get ready for work tomorrow. NXT. It's going to be on, man. We got a hell of a show lined up. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out on the CW network. Don't miss it. Hey, man, but right now we got to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, keeping champagne, which is Caviar Dreams, as well as Brad Gilmore, the man behind all the, the method behind all the madness. So, man, appreciate you, dog. And until next time, guys, peace. We love you. We out.